Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama Horlord's channel. You can also call me Ellie if you like. We are back here with some more Am I the A-holes, or as I like to call them, Am I the JackWagons? It's gonna be a lot of fun, so buckle up. Make sure you got your snacks, and let's get into it. Am I the JackWagon for marrying a man who proposed to me while I was on the toilet? I don't know how to respond to that. I guess that really depends on your relationship dynamic. I guess that really depends on your relationship dynamic. Like, maybe that's just how you guys roll. Maybe you guys just really like comfortable, private, not a big deal. I don't know. Maybe it was just a really supportive and romantic moment. I'm not gonna judge yet. Well, let's get more information. It's not as bad as it sounds. My friends are just obsessed with that part. I get it. I think fake names. My 32 female fiance, so she's 32 female. Her fiance Peter is 30 male, and he had arranged a candlelit dinner in a hotel room. There were flowers, rose petals, and music. There was my favorite dinner and my favorite dessert. Peter was in a tuxedo. I was wearing a dress. That evening was so amazing. It sounds amazing. I feel like it's gonna get interesting. While I was eating, my IBS started acting up. Oh, I hate that. I ran to the bathroom. It was mortifying, but at least I was comfortable enough with Peter to allow him to come in. Dude, I don't know. I've been married for 12 years and I still... I mean, I wouldn't keep my husband out, but I would still feel embarrassed having massive, like, diarrhea or something with him there. I don't even like to listen to myself going to the bathroom, much less anyone else listen to me. But I love that for you guys, that you're that comfortable. I was apologizing for ruining our evening while I was on the toilet, and he said it's okay. I felt like he wanted to ask me to marry him the whole evening. I told him I love him, and he said I love you too. I told him I'm sure you'll take care of me in sickness and in health. That comment made Peter smile, and he got down on one knee. I didn't care that this was a situation. I was so happy to say yes. I felt like he wouldn't have asked that evening if I didn't say the in sickness and in health comment. Oh my gosh, that is really cute, actually. Gross, but cute. Like, he's literally there for you in dealing with something that you are always gonna have to deal with in some form or other, and he's just like, yes, you know, yes, I love you even when you are on the toilet having IBS issues, and I will always be there for you, and that is just, I love that. I told my best friend Kate, 33 female, and another friend Bailey, 33 female. I told them the truth. Kate said it's weird, creepy, and an a-hole move on his part. No. Look, it's weird, but it's sweet. Alright, it's a vibe. I explained that he likely would have put it off if I didn't mean the health comment. Kate said I was desperate and that I should have some respect for myself. I don't like Kate. Bailey said if I thought Peter would ask another time, then I should have let him ask another time. Before talking to them, I thought I had the sweetest proposal story. Now I feel like I'm a jackwagon who caused my amazing fiance to have a terrible story. Am I the jackwagon? No, sweetie, no, you're not. You're not. I love that for you. I really do. Your friends sound lame. They did not sound cool. You can come be my friend. I think that is adorable. We have an update and further context. Oh, we loved some context here, right? The proposal happened on Saturday, and I had been holding off telling my parents and Peter's parents. Both sets of parents live in different states. Tonight, we told my parents first via video chat. My parents are Bob, 58 male, and Susan, 58 female. My mom is a massive fan of romance, and I knew she would ask about the proposal. Peter and I told my parents the whole proposal story. My mom was over the moon. She said proposing like that is better than any idea she had. My dad said it just proves the love that Peter has for me. My mom asked if she can tell others, and I said sure. See, your parents get it. They get it. Ugh. Your friends are stupid and lame. Sorry. I asked my mom to be my maid of honor. Aww. After getting engaged, my pick for maid of honor was either going to be Kate or my mom. I didn't pick my mom to spite Kate. I'm not punishing Kate. Kate's initial reaction to the proposal story would just make her being the maid of honor awkward. Plus, my mom is so happy with our union, and she said she would love to plan a wedding. Then we told Peter's parents via video chat. His parents are Chuck, 55, and Linda, 59. His parents really appreciated the comedy. Chuck thanked us for giving them the gift of telling the amazing story, if we're comfortable with that. I told him we're confused. Linda said she's so happy for us. Peter told his father that he wants him to be the best man. Lastly, we told Peter's sister, Juliana, 27, via video chat, and she too lives in a different state, and she has her father's sense of humor. I love that for you guys, seriously. I hope Kate and Bailey will be bridesmaids. Yes, Kate and Bailey are single. I have been best friends with Kate since the 9th grade, so this little disagreement wouldn't ruin our friendship. Alright. Okay. I still don't like their reaction. I still think they're party poopers. Pun only kind of intended. I didn't do it on purpose, it just happened. But, whatever. Further update. Kate and Bailey both agreed to be bridesmaids when I asked via message. Kate apologized via message, and she also sent me a video of her apologizing. Oh, good. Kate said she appreciates that I'm still letting her be a key part of the wedding. She said that after several days of thinking about the proposal, she realizes how loving it was. She said if she had IBS, she would appreciate a guy who treats her like how Peter treats me. Bailey apologized via message. Her apology was brief, and she admitted it that Kate told her to apologize. Okay, Bailey is less awesome. I don't know if I like Bailey. Yeah, that is, you are not the JackWagon at all, and that is so cute. Comments. We've got one person saying, this is the cutest story. Your friends are actually just jealous because they don't have someone who loves them and will put up with their poop. He is like an absolute keeper OP. Congratulations on your engagement. I know. That is so adorable. Yes, and then another commenter says, yeah, seriously, this is a huge green flag. Having a man who is more than willing to care for you when you feel disgusting is the best thing ever. I agree. I also have IBS, and my fiance is completely understanding and never bats an eye when I have my bad days. After getting into a car accident, I was off my feet for 3 months with a broken foot. At one point, I got food poisoning or something, and I couldn't make it to the bathroom since I was working with one leg. He took care of me and cleaned me up even while it was still happening. I was mortified and hated that he had to deal with that, but he just took care of me. Never said anything that made me feel bad or gross for it. Men like that are few and far between. Cherish him. Your friends are just jealous that their boys wouldn't do the same for them. They would run scared. Yours is a keeper for sure. Dude. That was really nice. I love that. I love that for all of you guys. Seriously. I know I just keep saying that, but I really do. Oh. Funfix 4956. You have a really adorable story, and I love it. Love it. So yeah, obviously not the JackWagon, okay? This one might go a little bit of a different direction. I already tell you it's going to go a way different direction, actually. Am I the JackWagon for refusing to attend my dad's wedding after overhearing his fiance talk crap about me and my little brother? I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say it's a big red flag. So this has been bothering me for, okay, hold on, let me tell you who is here. Optimal Theme 3767 on Am I the A-Holes subreddit. Says, so this has been bothering me for a while and I really need some perspective. I, 26 female, am supposed to go to my dad's wedding next month. He's getting married to his fiance, Lily, 40 female, who I've been trying really hard to get along with for his sake. But there's always been something off about her. I can't explain it exactly. But the way she interacts with me and my little brother Thomas, 23 male, has always felt fake, like she's putting on an act. Probably is. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I went over to my dad's for dinner with them. Everything seemed fine at first, but at one point, my dad stepped outside to take a phone call. So it was just me and Lily in the house. I was in the other room when I overheard her talking on the phone to someone, and she was just completely trashing me and Jake. I wasn't eavesdropping, I swear. I just happened to hear it. Yeah, sometimes people talk loud and you just happen to be walking by. Like, you're not trying to listen, but you happen to exist in the same space that they do. She was saying things like, I don't get why he still wastes time on them. They're both adults now. He just needs to cut them loose and stop babying them. They're just in the way. She even said my dad would be better off without us in his life. Oh dear. Does she have kids? Is she aggressively child-free, or is she trying to get her kids to be number one? If she has, like, I don't think she has them, but I don't know. Red flag. Red flag on the play. I was fuming. I didn't know what to do at the moment, so I didn't confront her. But as soon as my dad came back inside, I told him what I heard. And instead of being on my side, he brushed it off. He said something like, oh, I'm sure she didn't mean it like that. You're taking it too seriously. She's just stressed with the wedding coming up. He kept downplaying it like I was overreacting and making a big deal out of nothing. Because she's faking it in front of you, that's why. Now the wedding is coming up in a couple weeks, and I honestly don't even want to go. I haven't talked to Lily since that night, and my dad is acting like nothing happened at all. I told him I'm really hurt and feel disrespected, but he just keeps telling me to let it go and I need to be there to support the family. But honestly, I don't feel like being part of a family where I'm seen as a burden, especially when the person my dad's marrying doesn't even like me or my brother. That's very fair. I told my dad I'm thinking of skipping the wedding, and now he's mad, saying I'm being selfish and that I'm going to ruin his big day over one little comment. It's not just a little comment, okay? It's a sign of that she just does not give a crap about you guys. And he needs to take that seriously. He's making me feel so guilty, like I'm the one in the wrong for not wanting to go. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like attending would just be pretending everything's fine, like she does, right? And I'm tired of pretending. So am I the JackWagon for not wanting to go to my dad's wedding after hearing his fiance talk crap about me and my brother? I don't think so. I do not think so. I think this is crap. I think that I wish there was a way for you to show your dad her true colors, because he probably is, she never talks like that around him. And once they're married, I'm sure it'll all change. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's faked it for so long. He doesn't really know. He doesn't understand her true colors, and that's the problem. Somebody says, not the a-hole, not the JackWagon. You have valid reasons for not going to the wedding, and shame on dad for disregarding your concerns. Your dad needs to step up, or he will lose both kids due to his behavior in marriage. I try one more time to talk to him, one-on-one in person, and based on his response, I'd go from there. I wonder how old Lily is. Did they say how old Lily was? 40. Okay. Somebody else said, the reason I was looking that up is because somebody else said, I wouldn't be surprised if Lily became pregnant soon, and then your father stopped contacting you or your brother soon after. Some men and women just become parents accidentally, Well, they really aren't cut out to be parents or deserving of being parents. You don't have to attend the wedding. Your father showed you he won't stick up for you, so no reason for you to attend. He can kick rocks, honestly. You and your brother should just go and do something fun on his wedding day, something that makes you feel happy. You deserve to have people who make you feel appreciated in your life. Yeah, so I was looking to see, and she's still, she's still young enough that she can have kids, so it is possible. So, it could happen. I have worked with people who have had kids in their 40s, and you are considered to be higher risk, but you can still have a perfectly healthy baby in your 40s, as long as you haven't had menopause yet. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. One person says she wanted you to hear her comments. She wants you to do all her dirty work so she looks like a harmed party to you and your dad and others. This is how toxic, abusive people work. She wants to isolate your dad away from his family. I believe that. And someone else says, I'm sorry, OP, it was intentional in the least part, and your dad either has his head buried in the sand like an ostrich, hoping it would blow away, or he is subconsciously prioritizing his new wife and his new life. Either way, I agree. Attending is pretending. Yeah. Sweetie, you're not the a-hole, and I'm sorry that this is happening to you. Alright. Next JackWagon. Ugh. Okay, I need to... Classes. Alrighty. Am I the JackWagon for divorcing my wife because she refuses to set boundaries with her toxic family? No. I'm just going to say it right now. Probably not. Because there's a lot of family members out there that if you don't set the boundaries, they're going to keep budging in and rolling over you, and you have to set those boundaries, or you have to go. I, 36 male, have been married to my wife, 34 female, for 5 years. From the beginning, I knew her family was difficult. They're constantly involved in our business, showing up unannounced, making inappropriate comments about our relationship. I've tried talking to my wife about setting boundaries, but every time I bring it up, she gets defensive. I mean, she was raised in that, so it's probably really hard for her to see what you're seeing, unfortunately. She just thinks that's normal. Her family has caused numerous problems for us over the years. They've meddled in our finances, tried to control how we raise our kids, and made it clear that they don't respect me. Despite all this, my wife refuses to stand up to them. She says that's just how they are, and I should learn to accept it. See what I mean? She doesn't I don't think she really understands that there's a better way, because she hasn't seen the better way. It's really hard to, when you're on the outside looking in, it looks so obvious, so clear. But when you're on the inside, you've been on the inside the whole time, it's really difficult to pick it apart. A few weeks ago, her parents showed up at her house and started criticizing me for not doing enough around the house. I was furious, but my wife just stood there and said nothing. That was the moment I realized things would never change. I don't feel like I can continue in a marriage where my feelings and boundaries are consistently ignored. I told her I wanted a divorce, and now she's upset, saying I'm overreacting and that I'm tearing the family apart. But I feel like I've been patient for years, and I can't take it anymore. Am I the JackWagon for wanting to end our marriage because she refuses to set boundaries? Look, I don't think so. I'm sorry that this is happening. But if your spouse isn't willing to step up and stand up for you, then, it's not worth it. She will always pick them over you if she's not willing to stand up for you. I've seen it a lot, unfortunately, and yeah, you deserve somebody who's going to prioritize you and who's going to understand that when you get married, you become your own little family. your own, your speaking is hard. And the extended family needs to understand that too. And if they don't, you gotta move on. If they don't get it and your SO doesn't get it, you gotta move on. It sucks, but that's the way of it. So no, you're not the JackWagon. Alrighty. Investment Standard 79 says, am I the JackWagon for telling my wife I'm filing for divorce after she spent our entire savings without telling me? Oh, that's divorce territory. That's definitely divorce territory. I, 35 male, have been married to my wife, 30 female, for 6 years. We've always had a joint savings account that we've both contributed to with the goal of buying our first home. Over the years, we've saved up a decent amount, and I was excited to finally start looking at houses. Last month, I checked our account and noticed that all of our savings were gone. When I asked my wife about it, she admitted that she had spent the entire amount on various things, mostly shopping, vacations, and other non-essential items. The worst part is she didn't even tell me. I had no idea any of this was happening. Oh, no. That was supposed to go towards your house, dude. That was supposed to go towards a house. She tried to justify it by saying that she wanted to enjoy life and that we could always save up again. There comes a point where it's a lot harder. But I feel completely betrayed. We had worked hard to build that savings, and now it's all gone, just like that. I told her this was a deal breaker for me and that I wanted a divorce. Now she's accusing me of being materialistic and says I'm overreacting. But to me, this is about trust, not just money. How can I stay in a marriage where my partner makes huge financial decisions without even consulting me? You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. That is unacceptable. Oh my God. You have to consult with each other when you want to spend large amounts of money like that, especially if it's supposed to be going towards your home. And houses aren't getting cheaper, okay? And the less savings you have, the more you have to start from scratch, the longer it's going to take. Especially when price is constantly going up. What she did was selfish and thoughtless. And you were not the JackWagon for wanting a divorce. You were completely justified. I'm sorry. Okay, this one comes from the best of Redditor updates. Am I the JackWagon for walking my dog while my wife is getting ready for dinner? That depends. Was she sitting around waiting for you to get back? Or was she still getting ready when you got back? It feels ridiculous to ask about this, but I'm starting to think I'm missing some key bit of information here. I guess I'm asking that if I am, why? Because it wasn't my intention, and I certainly would like to prevent it from happening again. This Friday, my wife and I had reservations at her favorite restaurant because her birthday is right around the corner and we have a party planned, but this was supposed to be our night together alone. Oh, it's sweet. The way the reservation was set up, I would come home from work, change, and immediately drive there, as it's around an hour and a half by car. Yes, we live in hick country. Yes, I am a hick, and no, we aren't moving, that I've been made aware of. The day had gone great so far, and from what I knew, everything was going according to plan. I got home, and she's behind schedule getting ready. This is not something that happens for her ever, and I was surprised. But the reason wasn't her fault, and it was barely a 20-minute deviation. However, I was just waiting by the door during that time, and the dog decided he needed out. So I took him for a walk around our yard. It took maybe 5 minutes, and I cleaned everything up and had him put up before my wife was ready. We made it to the dinner reservation by the skin of our teeth, and that was that. You didn't even, see, I thought you went around the block or something, and you still got in before she was ready to go. I don't get it. We had a great date, and I would never have known she was upset with me until the next morning. when she said that she had never known me to be so impatient, which confused me, and she rolled her eyes and said she noticed I took the dog for a walk before we left to make her hurry, and that she just didn't want to let my bad mood ruin the night. I had been in a great mood and told her so. She refused to believe it and got pretty angry, which I haven't been able to calm her down from or even to talk about all this again. I really don't understand what I've done wrong here, and I don't know what to do. Am I the JackWagon? I don't think so. Look, I hate being rushed. I hate it. But you're not rushing her. You're taking advantage of the extra time you suddenly had to make sure that the dog didn't have an accident in your house. Nothing wrong with that. One commenter said, not the JackWagon, but it sounds like she may be really annoyed about something else. Try talking again and see if you can get into the real issue. Did something happen at work, or did she have another expectation that was not met? Poster said, not that she talked about. The day went pretty well from what I know, but I'll definitely try to talk to her about her job. She hasn't had any trouble from this yet that I know of, but it's a newer job and there may be things I don't know. Thank you. I probably wouldn't ever have connected that it could be related to work. A commenter said, not the JackWagon. Can you lay it out clearly for your wife that you don't understand what went wrong? Maybe just show her this post. I'm assuming the anger is out of character for her, so a conversation is a good idea. And he said, yeah, neither of us are angry people. That's why, biggest reason why I posted. She's been pretty annoyed with me before, but this is different. Let's see here. Is there anything? Did they post any kind of updates? Okay, yes, there is an update. And he was voted, not the JackWagon, but there is an update on my birthday. Hey, check that out. Hello, I feel weird updating, but I have good news and want to share somewhere. And here seems to be as good a place as any right now. And actually, I wanted to thank everyone for commenting and the people who reached out privately with advice. You really helped calm me down and figure out how to approach talking about this while seeing where my wife could have been coming from. One person even called out exactly what was going on, something I dismissed right away, stupidly. So I came home the next day and brought home pizza from her favorite spot in town, which we never get because of crowds, because I figured even if I wasn't outright wrong, there was no reason not to make the conversation night. So after dinner, I asked about the dog again, and after a lot of back and forth and crying that I'll skip explaining, she explained that for the past week or so, she had been feeling weirdly emotional and she couldn't explain it. Some people have mentioned some things here about different health stuff that could cause those sorts of symptoms, and I got pretty nervous and got her in at her doctor's office before a couple of days. I think she's pregnant. I think it's a baby. Anyway, sorry. I think it's a baby. Do you think it's a baby? Anyway. Whew. Well, imagine our embarrassment walking out 5 minutes after getting in and doing a test we could have done at home for like $20 without including insurance companies. She's going to talk to her therapist about meeting every week for a while she just deals with hormonal changes. We've been laughing about it now because it never crossed our minds that she could have been pregnant. Boom! Someone commented it, but I still couldn't believe it because I'm dumb. Never mind that we're both in our 20s, or that she switched birth control like 2 months ago, and we may or may not have had an unprotected spicy time during the switch week. Anyway, as stupid as we may be, we're still excited, but are waiting the 12-week mark to tell our families. I get that as someone who's had problems. Yeah, I get waiting. I never could, which was awkward and awful when I had a loss and I had to tell everyone about the loss, but I could never wait. I'd always said I was going to, and I never could. All right. However, I've been itching to tell someone and can't wait any longer. So here's an update. Haha. Wife approved because it's anonymous. Thanks again for the help. I appreciate it a lot, even if I didn't take the advice of the person who was right. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so exciting. Definitely not the JackWagon, and I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. That is so awesome. That's so fun. I love that. I love that for you. Okay. I think we've got time for one more. And this is gonna be fun. Am I the JackWagon for kicking my parent out and saying, this is why I was so effed up as a kid? Whew. Throwaway and phone. I had my parents over for dinner this weekend. They're in their 60s. After my daughter, 10, asked if she could play us a song she'd been practicing on her keyboard. She's getting lessons. Oh, I love music. It wasn't perfect. A few minutes notes, a couple of pauses, but she did really well. She looked up at the end, massive smile, and I just started clapping, and my parents just started effing laughing. Not just a little chuckle, a massive effing belly laugh. Both of them. My mom asked if it was her first time playing, and my dad said it had to have been. So rude. A dog could have played that better? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm totally on your side with this one. You are definitely not the JackWagon, and I haven't even finished reading this yet. It was like my daughter was shrinking on the spot, and she looked down and said, no, I've had 2 lessons, but doing it with 2 hands is hard. And they just laughed even harder. Oh my god. I would be so livid. I would be so livid. It wouldn't just be kicking them out of the house. It would be no contact. No contact anymore. I would not speak to them again. No. No. We encourage. We do not laugh unless they are practicing comedy. If they are telling jokes, we laugh. Otherwise, we do not laugh. We clap. We encourage. We lift up. We do not tear down. People will give up if they are just torn down. Ugh. I just stood up, took their cups, and said, leave. Now, my mom tried to say about how they hadn't finished their drinks, they wanted to hear another song, etc. And I just said, get your stuff and get the F out of my house right now. My dad started doing this huffing thing he does when someone dares speak up to him. And my mom said that there was no need to be like this. You can't protect her all the time. I'm just preparing your daughter for the real world. F you. Why don't you try raising kids who are going to be better in the real world than you are? I said, it's not teaching the real world. They're just nasty little bullies picking on children, and crap like this is why I was so effed up as a kid. Now leave. Yeah, I don't even want to imagine the kind of crap you went through. They got their stuff and left. I sat with my daughter and explained how proud of her I was and how well she was doing. There you go. Encouraging. To ignore them. They were just being cruel because they don't know any other way to be, and asked if she could please play it again, which she did. Good. On the Sunday, I messaged and said that until they can behave like decent human beings, that we're taking a break away from them. I would do the same. My dad replied that it was my choice, but he didn't realize he raised me to be so precious. You raised that child, you raised that person to have trauma. That is what you did. You gave them trauma. You gave them issues. If they have not already been in therapy, they will most likely at some point pursue therapy. So yeah, off you get. Bye-bye. No more. Now my lovely brown-nosing golden child of a sister is getting involved. She phoned me today with my parents' version of events, telling me that I was a nasty piece of work and should never speak to my parents that way. That I'm wrapping my child in cotton and blah, blah, blah. I just told her to go F herself and hung up. I'm not asking if I'm in the wrong for standing up for my daughter. I'll always do that. But I did go pretty 0 to 100. I kicked them out straight away. I swore at them in front of my daughter. I did raise my voice at the end when I said leave. I was and still am angry. I don't think I'd even accept an apology from them at this point. I don't think they would mean it, honestly. Between you and me, OP, they wouldn't mean it. This behavior isn't new. It's decades old. But this is the first time it affected my daughter. Did I go too far? React too much? Should I have tried to be calmer? Talk it out? I don't know. Am I the JackWagon? Edit. Lots of people think I'm a mom. Lol. Nope. Single dad. I was actually going to go back and look because I couldn't remember if you said you were a mom or a dad. And so before I said Mama Bear or Papa Bear came out. But yeah, Papa Bear definitely came out. Also, thank you for all your comments, definitely calming the anger I felt and making me feel less crap for the way I reacted. Edit number 2, I really appreciate all the comments, even the ones calling me Mama Bear. I never doubted I was in the right for standing up for my daughter, just how I went about it. I'm gonna sit and talk with my daughter about it all either tomorrow after school or on the weekend. My parents and sister can just disappear for all I care right now. You know how my husband puts it? They can take a long walk up a short pier. To all the commenters that said they wish they had someone like me when they were younger, I get it, man. I really do. I hope you got someone now or are able to be that someone. Reading all these comments definitely changed my anger into sadness and realization that I'm not alone with crappy parents. Thanks for sharing and thanks for the comments, guys. Even the trolls, you were great. Also, please stop giving it awards. It's a throwaway. Don't waste your money. Dude, you're definitely not the JackWagon. Look, was there possibly a better way to handle it? Maybe. I mean, someone is always going to say that there's a better way to handle it without cursing and yelling and blah, blah, blah. But I could honestly say I would have done the same or worse. I would have snapped as well. I would have absolutely snapped. I would not have stood for that. And your daughter is going to know that you have her back no matter what. And the fact that you have her back and that you are lifting her up and telling her you're proud of her and asking her to play it again and all of that, I mean, that is going to be huge for her growing up. That's going to be huge for her in her adult life. She's always going to remember that. And she's always going to be so thankful for that. Sorry, you guys making me tear up a little bit. Because you are an absolute awesome dad. So yeah, definitely not the JackWagon. Anyway, thank you guys for sticking with me. And let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree? Why do you disagree? I'm open for discourse as long as you're not nasty. But if you are, hey, trolls be trolling. I'll have fun with you too. So yeah, go ahead and give us a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you for sitting with me and hashing this out with me. Have a fantastic day. Bye.